Hello students, welcome to my channel Kim Sarvadar. Today's topic class 12 chapter alcohol, phenol and ether. This is the 11th chapter of class 12. Before we start the topic, let us look 4 different types of questions. That is the first one, compare the carbon oxygen bond length in phenol and methyl alcohol. Question 2, compare the bond angle of water, methanol and dimethyl ether. Question 3, write down all the possible isomeric structure having the formula C4H10O and another one is C3H6O. And the fourth question is, what is the general formula of cycloalcanol? And second one is aliphatic ether. These are the questions that should be discussed against the theory that I explain in the next part. Now, for answering the above question, we have to go through the theory deeply. Now, alcohol can be generally represented as ROH. This is the general representation of alcohol. What is how this formula came? Now what is the relation of alcohol with water? Let us consider the structure of water having 2 lone pair and 2 hydrogen. If one hydrogen is substituted with an alkyl group, then we get ROH and this is known as alcohol. Again, if another hydrogen of alcohol is replaced by another alkyl group, we get ether. Hence, alcohol can be defined as the monoalkyl derivative of water. Similarly, ether can be defined as the dialkyl derivative of water. So there is an interrelation between water and alcohol or ether, and all these three have the same structure. Same structure means hybridization of oxygen atom remains same and the number of lone pair remain also same. But due to the substitution of alkyl group with hydrogen, the bond angle differs a lot because alkyl group is larger in structure compared to hydrogen. So what will be the bond angle relationship? If we look into water, the structure reveals that the smallest 2 hydrogen atom there are and 2 bond pair, 2 lone pair. Similar, again, lone pair and lone pair repulsion and bond pair repulsion also there, and lone pair bond pair repulsion. So 3 types of repulsions is there, and their magnitude will be lone pair, then lone pair, then bond pair relationship. So as the 2 lone pair exert the repulsive force to the bond pair, hence the bond will be reduced, bond angle will be reduced due to this such type of repulsion. But in case of alcohol, as one hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group, so these repulsion, that means lone pair bond pair repulsion cannot reduce the bond angle because there is also bond pair repulsion. It is much greater than compared to hydrogen hydrogen, that means OH bond pair. So these repulsion slightly greater compared to water. That's why these bond angle cannot be reduced to that extent as like water. That's why its bond angle is 104 degree, whereas it is 109 degree, but in ether it is 111 degree. Why? The value cannot be remembered, value is not the important factor, but this comparison is important, because here the bond angle, the first question 2, compare the bond angle of water, methanol and dimethyl ether. So this is the reason why the bond angle continuously increases from water to ether. It is due to the greater bond pair repulsion, which prevents the bond angle reduction to such extent as because there is a large volume of alkyl group. So the first question is being answered with this reason. Now alcohol can also be treated as the derivative of alkane. How? Alkane, the general formula of alkane is RH. This is the general formula of alkane, but general representation of alkane, where if hydrogen is replaced by one hydroxyl group, we get ROH. So alcohol can also be defined as the hydroxyl derivative. Hydroxyl derivative of alkane is called alcohol. This is the first part. What is the definition of alcohol? So the definition of alcohol is, alcohol can be defined as the hydroxyl derivative of alkane or the monoalkyl derivative of water. These are the two definitions. Now coming to the section classification of alcohol. Alcohol can be classified depending on the hybridization of carbon atom. This is the key factor. Depending upon the hybridization of carbon atom, it can be classified into two categories, that is sp3 hybridized carbon atom and sp2 hybridized carbon atom. That means whether the hydroxyl group is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom or sp2 hybridized carbon atom. Now if sp3 hybridized carbon atom, then there must be three types of alcohol. The basis is, one is allyl alcohol, that is allylic alcohol or allyl alcohol, where OH is attached to carbon which is sp3 hybridized, but the system is unsaturated in nature because there is a double bond. Another is benzyl alcohol, where also OH group is attached to that carbon atom, that is sp3 hybridized. It is also benzyl alcohol. So sp3 hybridized carbon atom attached. Now depending upon the number of hydroxyl group present, the alcohol can be further classified into four categories, that is monohydric alcohol, where one hydroxyl group is present. Dihydric means two hydroxyl group is present, as like ethylene glycol. Trihydric alcohol means three OH group present, as we exhibit in glycerol, and more than three is known as polyhydric alcohol, that is the example sorbitol. Now monohydric alcohol can also further classified into three categories, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. What is primary? Primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. sp2 hybridized carbon atom, where the hydroxyl group is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, that is vinyl alcohol directly attached to that carbon atom, and phenol. Phenol means OH group is attached to aromatic system, part of the aromatic system, that is known as phenolic OH system. Now primary alcohol means 1 degree alcohol. What is 1 degree alcohol? Means hydroxyl group is attached to that carbon atom which is linked to another carbon atom. So there must be 2 hydrogen, that means CH2 group. So it is 1 degree alcohol. 2 degree alcohol, 2 degree alcohol means OH group is attached to that carbon atom if it is connected to another 2 carbon atom, that means CH3, CH3, CH. This is 2 degree because this carbon atom is 2 degree carbon atom. And 3 degree tertiary alcohol is defined as that alcohol in which the hydroxyl group attached to that carbon atom which is linked to another 3 carbon atom. So there is no hydrogen in particularly 3 degree carbon atom. This is called tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol. This, how can we get the general formula of any compound in case this is alcohol? Now coming to the previous part, alcohol can be considered as the hydroxyl derivative of alkane. This is alkane. The simple conception can be applied. That means it is the hydroxyl derivative, so it is alcohol. Now the general formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2. If one hydrogen is replaced, then the formula becomes CnH2n plus 1 and it is replaced by OH, so CnH2n plus 1 OH. Adding the hydrogen, we get CnH2n plus 2O. This is the general formula of aliphatic or open chain alcohol. Aliphatic alcohol. Aliphatic alcohol. This is the general formula. As for example, if we write C3H8O, then we get propanol, that means CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Now the question at the beginning of the video, I have asked a question, that is the write down the general formula of cycloalkanol. Cycloalkanol, that means one cyclic, there is a one cyclic part along with the hydroxyl group. Suppose this is the general example is cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol. If alkene is there, that means CH double bond CH. This is the alkene whose general formula CnH2n. If one hydrogen is replaced by hydroxyl group, then we definitely get the unsaturated alcohol, that is enol or something, whose general formula would be CnH2n minus 1 OH. That means after adding the hydrogen, CnH2nO. This is the general formula of the alcohol, unsaturated alcohol. Now if one double bond is present, one double bond equivalent to one cyclic ring, so that must be the formula of, so CnH2nO should be equal to the cycloalkanol. This is the general formula of cycloalkanol. Whether it is correct or not, to check out that the formula is correct for cycloalkanol, let us take an example of cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol means one cyclic ring is there and the hydroxyl group is present. So what is the formula? C6H12O. C6H12O. This is the where N is equal to 6. So this is correct one, C6H12O. Hence cycloalkanol has the formula CnH2nO. The alcohol derived from alkane has the formula CnH2n plus 2O. That means it's aliphatic open chain compound. There is no ring. But if one ring is present in the system, that system belongs to either unsaturated, means one pi bond is there, so, or another is cyclic ring would be there, one cyclic ring would be there. So in such a way we can derive the general formula of cycloalkanol. Okay. Again, the next question in the first part of the video, what is the general formula of ether? Now, ether is the functional group isomer, of alcohol. So it should have the same formula as like the alcohol, that is aliphatic alcohol, means ether has the general formula CnH2nO. So in this section we understand how we can derive the general formula of alcohol, whether it is open chain or it is cyclic alcohol. Now if I ask a question, what is the general formula of bicycloalkanol? This is the task for you, as like we have derived the first part, that is the general formula of alkane or cycloalkanol. In this way, bicycloalkanol, the general formula can be derived in the similar way. Now coming to the section isomerism. Isomerism that is exhibited by alcohol. There are 4 types of isomerism, that is chain isomerism, functional group isomerism, positional isomerism, and other one is optical isomerism. Optical isomerism. What is chain isomerism? Chain isomerism means that the formula remains same. Isomerism, the first condition, isomerism is the formula remains same, but what is the different is the length of the chain. Length of the chain would be the different one. As for example, suppose let us take an example of 1 butanol versus isobutanol or sec-butanol, secondary butanol. That means here the length of the chain consists of 4 carbon atoms, but longest chain consists of 3 carbon atoms. So there is a difference in the length of the longest carbon chain. That's why this type of isomerism is known as chain isomerism, as because it is occurred in alcohol, the main functional group alcohol component or alcohol compounds. That's why it is called chain isomerism, which is exhibited by alcohol. Now coming to the section functional group isomerism, FG isomerism. What is this? Functional group means that the formula remains same, but the functional group is totally different. let us look an example, ethyl alcohol versus if oxygen is connected to 2 carbon atom, then it is ether, that is dimethyl ether, and this is ethanol. So there is a functional group alcohol OH, but here oxygen atom is present, but the functional group is not OH, it's called ethereal part or ethereal group. That is, alcohol always shows functional group isomerism with ether components. Now coming to positional isomerism. What is positional isomerism? Positional isomerism means the formula remains same and the length of the chain remains same. What is same? That is formula and the chain length. Chain length remain same. But what is the difference? What is different? Different is the position of OH group. Position of hydroxyl group. Example of which, suppose we are taking the example of butanol 1 butanol or butan 1 all versus the chain length remains same, that consists of 4 carbon atom, but OH group is shifted to the next carbon atom, means this is 1 2 3 4, that is butan 2 all. So butan 1 all and butan 2 all is an example of positional isomerism that is exhibited by alcohol compounds. This is the positional isomerism. Next, coming to the optical isomerism. The optical isomerism means the hydroxyl group, if attached to that carbon atom which is chiral carbon atom. What is chiral carbon atom? In simple definition, chiral carbon atom means the carbon having the different types of 4 groups. Suppose one is hydrogen, another is hydroxyl group, as because we are studying the alcohol. Another one is methyl group and other is ethyl group. So 4 different groups are present in that component. So the carbon, middle carbon, becomes the chiral carbon or optically active carbon. So optical isomerism can be exhibited such type of alcoholic compounds in which there is an chiral carbon atom. So this is optically active alcohol. Now coming to the nomenclature part, there are 3 systems, that is trivial system, which is also known as alkyl alcohol, carbinol system, another one is IUPAC system, IUPAC system. Now the first part, trivial system, deals with just the naming alkyl group and OH. OH for alcohol, and the alkyl group present in that system is known as named as alkyl alcohol. Here methyl alcohol, if it is ethyl group, then it should be named as ethyl alcohol. Next one, carbinol system. Here carbinol, methanol is considered, methyl alcohol is considered as carbinol. If one hydrogen of methyl group is replaced by another alkyl group or groups, then that particular alkyl group named as alkyl and carbinol. Carbinol for suppose considering this example, CH3 CH2OH. Here this part goes to methyl alcohol part. Here hydrogen is being substituted by methyl group, so this is named as methyl carbinol. Next one, 2 methyl group are present in that particular carbinol system, that's why dimethyl carbinol. Third one is trimethyl carbinol. If all the hydrogens of methyl group is being substituted by 3 phenyl groups, that would be known as triphenyl carbinol. This system has definitely limitations. Now, what IUPAC, in IUPAC nomenclature, Actually, OH group is considered as the main functional group, and it has the secondary suffix 2 degree suffix, that is for functional group suffix all. OL, all. Alcohol, that means all. Now one carbon atom is present, so word root become meth, and the system is saturated, so an plus all means methanol. Here the E of the primary suffix is dropped down due to the vowel present in secondary suffix. So taking the example, 4 carbon atom having one branching, that is the numbering of the compound starts from that end where we get the hydroxyl group at the nearest end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The numbering starts from the right hand side where OH group is attached to that carbon atom. That's why the name of this compound would be, first there is a methyl group as a branched chain, so this is the substituent, hence it's named as 2-methyl. It goes to secondary prefix, then the word root, that is 2-methyl but plus it is the nature of the compound is saturated, so but plus n, butane, 1 all. This is not the correct UPEC naming because the final E will be dropped, as because there is a vowel in secondary suffix. Let us take more example. Suppose there is 2 OH group. As we see in ethylene glycol, CH2OH, CH2OH. So word root become eth plus n plus number 1 and 2, 1, 2 diol. So if we combine these three words, then it becomes ethane 1, 2 di. Here the E cannot be dropped, as because the secondary suffix begins with a consonant D. Coming to the first question that I asked in the first part of the video, that is the write down the all possible isomers having the formula C4H10O and C3H6O. Two different questions, but the method should be the same. Now look into the formula C4H10O, which corresponds to CnH2n plus 2O. That means it is aliphatic alcohol and saturated alcohol, means saturated alcohol. So by this formula we can write two types of compounds, that is, one is alcohol, another is ether. So there is a series of alcohol and series of ether. First of all, in alcohol part we can write 4 carbon in a linear chain, that means 1 butanol or butan 1-ol. The next one is OH group is shifted to second, that is means butan 2-ol. Third one is, if we change this longest chain into branched chain, that means 3 carbon atoms are there in a longest chain, another is in branched chain. That's why it is known as propanol, 1 propanol definitely, but there is a methyl group, so 2-methyl propan 1-ol, and the fourth is tertiary butyl alcohol. This is the general name, tertiary butyl alcohol. So we get 4 isomers, structural isomers of alcohol, structural isomer. Whether now ethereal compound, ether means oxygen atom, there are 2 same alkyl group, that is diethyl ether. Second one carbon is shifted to 1 alkyl group, that means propyl methyl propyl ether. And if the alkyl group, propyl group, get branched That's why 2 isopropyl, this is isopropyl part, isopropyl, and this is methanol. So M comes first, then P. That's why methyl isopropyl ether. So we get 7 types of compounds that are isomer to each other, having the formula C4H10O. Now coming to the next part, C3H6O. This formula does not correspond to CnH2n plus 2O, because if n value becomes 3, then it would be C3H8O, but that was not the formula. C3H6O, that means 2 hydrogen has the deficiency. That's why 2 hydrogen deficient means there must be a ring or the unsaturation. That means ring or the double bond, that indicates the unsaturation portion. So we write the cyclic component, that is mean triangle OH, cyclopropanol. If we write open chain, then that would be the one double bond, that is 1 2 3, that means propene prop 2 in 1 all unsaturated alcohol. Similarly, this also unsaturated alcohol, but 2 and 3 are not same, because the double bond is not in equivalent position. That means double bond here, double bond starts from after 1 carbon atom, where it is 2 carbon atom. That's why prop 1 enol. 4. The cyclic ether. Cyclic ether means the cyclic part consists of 3 carbon atom along with 1 oxygen. Oxygen becomes the part of the ring. That's why it is cyclic ether. And another one is cyclic ether, but its rings contains only 3 components, 2 carbon and oxygen. This is oxyren. This is oxyren type. So these are the 6 compounds, 6 isomers that we can write from the formula C3H6O. So this is all about the first part of the video, in which we have explained various types of alcoholic structure, classification, nomenclature, etc. So if you like the video, definitely like it, share it and subscribe it.